And it was founded in part by one of Pittsburgh's greatest racers, who spawned one of Pittsburgh's greatest racing families.
On a back alley somewhere in Pittsburgh sits an unremarkable-looking garage. But, in fact, within this nondescript building are the artifacts of a life dedicated to car racing and family.
My dad had been driving cars and racing since the 50s.
Alan Patterson was obsessed with cars.
The car behind us and the car that's on the logo for the Vintage Grand Prix were his daily driver, where he would just drive to a race course, unload his girlfriend, the lunch, whatever else was in the car, go race the car, and hope that it was still in one piece so that he could drive home at the end of the day.
And car racing.
My dad was approached by a couple of people who had this idea of putting on a road event in Pittsburgh.
The race was a success, and as the event grew, so did Alan's fervor for it.
He really set the tone for the vibe at the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix, and that was part of the attraction to being there every year. It was intoxicating, his passion about it.
That passion became contagious, coursing through the family. Soon, Patterson cousins and kids found themselves behind the wheel.
Started when I was 17. I think I was the youngest driver in the Grand Prix when I was 17, driving my dad's Jaguar E-Type.
And then when I got into it, it made him very proud, I think, and so that in itself made, you know, the desire to stick with it and go every year.
It's just a joy to have in my life to be able to drive multiple cars every year and be a part of it.
I mean, let's get real, it's racing, it's awesome. Not a lot of people get to say they can do it, so we're very lucky.
And to have grown up with this and to have the luxury of being able to have these cars to be able to drive in our hometown in this event is wonderful.
In total, a member of the Patterson family has driven in every single Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix, and this year there will be 5 Pattersons behind the wheel.
I've kind of had to wait my whole life for this because everyone else got to do it first, so it's like finally my turn.
To be able to be out there on the track with families, again, some of the greatest moments I had that were with my dad, that I remember with my dad, were actually being out there with him on a track. Again, because of my dad's legacy, and to have grown up with this, and to have the luxury of being able to have these cars to be able to drive in our hometown in this event is wonderful.